Arizona, my state, and my flag that you basically see here of my state. Basically, I'm an Arizonan, right? I love my flag. Always will. And by the way, I do have bipolar, so my mood does swift really easily, even though I'm not diagnosed. Again, I'm poor, so I'm allowed to do that since I do have the symptoms because, well, I get really stressed out easily. I could get joyful pretty fast. It just depends on my mood. And by the way, I want to add other clips of my state, but my mapbook definer thing is not responding right now, so I don't know what's wrong with it. And for the ones that basically want to view right away, please just don't come back. If you have an attention span of a brainless goldfish that's about to belly up and Finding Nemo, please leave, because you're gonna basically are gonna cause more stress on the channel because you probably like other YouTubers because of their looks or whatever, and I'm not in a decent mood right now. I'm sorry. Okay? This boy that you need to come out again. Okay? His name is Pixel, right? P1X3L. He is basically this dork that offended my state flag twice because he basically posted a couple of videos about changing U.S. state flags, which is the United States, right? And he does other videos such as basically creating cursive letters or middle lowercase or something, right? I'm not giving him a view. No. Okay? The reason why I want to call him out on this is I would love to be in his position if I was, because every video that he does, I'm going to say this, I'm jealous, and for the ones that are new here, if you have something to say, I will screenshot it. And if you have something to say, I will definitely have your channel reported just for bullying. Okay? Sorry, because this is hurting me a lot. I want to hear butts, okay? I'm not interested in seeing butts. Regardless of your age, no. Okay? Plus, I'm a spade. I don't consent to that. Okay? Basically, and also, who basically left a 12-year-old in the aisle in Kmart? Aisle 1. Aisle 1. You gotta pick him up. I'm trying to, it looks like a younger image of him just to make fun of him because I'm sorry, he's way too much. He's a grown man, by the way, but this must be like an older picture. I don't know who this boy is, but you parents out there, you gotta be more. Well, he's a grown man, but this like picture, you know what I mean, right? If please be like Francis and Sloan and Aria and Greg, okay, literally, which are basically parent viewers on my channel. Basically, and I'm sorry, I had to take my time. I don't read up or skip out of the stupid microphone that these darn YouTubers have with a cool background or like some anime, whatever Gucci character that maybe have like some flower or whatever, or some banana. Sorry, I was watching a video about poetry about this should be happening in anime community. It's really interesting about a black girl that died, or she died just for being black. It's tragic. Okay? Basically, sorry, I'm a little frustrated, okay? Plus, I don't like when people rush me. I'll be unsafe for the ones that do rush me because I feel like you're going to assault me, and I don't want that. Yes, I'm a little bit schizophrenic. Okay? Don't call me Pookie, I'm gangsta. I think someone made that. If he did, that's embarrassing. Basically, he tarnished my flag. Okay? And for the ones that basically don't like my flag, that's fine. Just don't really go out all over on it. I don't want to hear it, or else I'm going to have to make fun of your flags. I'm sure you probably won't like that, right? I don't want to go there unless I have to. I don't. In saying something offensive, I don't want to go there. Okay, whatever the state or basically country you're from, I don't want to go there. Because that would be a reflection on how I feel based on how you feel, or vice versa, right? He basically said that, oh yeah, this flag is just so gross, or, you know, it needs to be changed. And the thing is, though, because I know he was trying to criticize it, he kind of wasn't, right? He was kind of saying it in a harsh way as it is, because he doesn't know the history of my state flag, right? And I don't know how this boy has, what, 182,000 subscribers? I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. Okay? I want to say this, Pixel, do not say anything to my state flag ever again. Do not. Okay? It's so funny how this boy is so smart, but yet he's such a dimwit because he doesn't know that my state flag, okay? By the way, I like her initials, or the abbreviation, right? AZ is from the first letter of the alphabet to the last in the English alphabet, right? And the Indonesian alphabet and Dutch, I think, for Dutch. He basically does not know any history of it. We are the last state of the lower 48s that became a state. However, though, there is more to that. Okay? The reason why I'm proud of our flag is because we wave our flag all over our state. Okay? Even on the news, even the bumpers, because in our state law, we only need to have a back license plate, no front like California. What else? It represents I'll just go in history of their flag, okay? The blue represents the field. Like, think about the sky, right? The red and yellow represents the sunset. However, not just that, but that's just an example of how I see it, because, again, the Spaniards basically took territory in our state with the, if I remember correctly, before, well, Mexico took over, right? That's basically where it came from. Also, Deon, I know it's been a long time, okay? Again, it's been a while. I'm a little bit pooped out here. But the yellow, the red and yellow represents the Spaniard colors, right? Again, because they took territory of us before we became a Mexican territory. You know, the war, the Spanish and the Mexicans, right? And then the copper star, it's a copper color, right? I'm a little colorblind. It's like a dirty orange, okay? And Yankee says that it should be removed. I don't want you to touch my flag, okay? Don't touch my flag, please. It represents copper. And also, I've heard, because Dumbo, he told me, my best viewer on here, I love all my viewers, though. You know, some of them, they just vanish and never come back for some odd reason. I do take it to heart. I don't know why, because I think some of them may not be real. So, again, Violet and Haley, they could go to hell. I thought I had an Italian and Alabama viewer, but I guess not. Because I've still got my pennies. I'm not getting rid of those. And yes, basically copper is one of our 5 C's here. It's basically one of our, let's just say, not possessions, but our resources, right? I'll explain. Copper, cotton, which is sheep, cattle, moo, which is cow, right? Climate, because we're pretty diverse when it comes to the temperatures. And then the last but not least, if I remember correctly, citrus, right? Which is pretty interesting, because that state I do not like, which is the armpit of our country. Long story why state, I didn't know that we're known for that here. But yeah, we are. I think we're the only state that actually had the 5 C's. That's another thing, right? And he did not run into detail of our flag. He didn't at least share a little bit of it. I know, like, yeah, you're making a big deal of it. Of course I am, because I love my state, regardless of the publics that we're going through. You wonder why you probably don't hear us about the news as much, unless it's like car accidents, maybe some kidnappings or drug smugglings or other stuff, right? That, well, other stuff are not as important, I guess, because, well, we just don't really talk about it, I guess. I don't know why. Maybe because it's not that important to us. I don't know. But we're pretty laid back compared to, no offense, California, right? I love that state. It's a love-hate-love relationship. Well, at least for me. But for my Arizonans, though, which is kind of funny since 39% of us are from here only. State born, if that actually makes sense, right? We don't like them. And for him to just to talk about my state flag twice, I'm tired of it. I don't know why people like him. I don't want anyone to just harass him. Actually, in fact, if you want, just say, I'm trying to think about something, right? Just like, not spamming it. Like, for each person, right? You could put a hashtag, Arizona Pride. Because, well, okay, that sounds weird. Arizona, you could put I love Arizona if you want. I don't know. Okay, in one of his videos or something. You don't have to. I'm trying to start off something because I don't want people to talk about my flag. I'm sorry, it really offended me. It's like as though that he's making fun of someone like a 2-year-old child that got ran over or something. That's how offensive I felt. Also, I'm kind of curious what the state he's from. I don't bother downloading his videos because, well, I don't want to give him more attention as it is. You know, I am. Because I don't want to hear his voice. I don't. I'm tired of it. I know it's 2 videos, but the thing is, one of them been enough. But for him to do it again, I don't want to hear it. I don't. Because I won't be surprised if he does it again or something. Because he does a few about letters or whatever. Since he did that, I won't be surprised he does another one about U.S. states that needs to be changed. Because the videos are not that long. Right? And there's 50 states here in the country. So, Pixel, you need to stop tarnishing my flag. I'm deeply offended. You're basically irritating me. And you need to fix your glasses. Honestly, you look like a dork. So, I don't want to share this because, honestly, yeah, he is a dork. For if you want to make fun of my flag, I will call you a stupid dork. Because you have no knowledge about how my state flag is. Also, another reason why I do love my state flag a lot here is because we have a sergeant, right? I forgot his name, sadly. Well, a colonel, right? I think that's the term for it. He's the one that us Arizona's had to think, because we're the only state in the lower 48. We're not talking about Alaska and Hawaii, okay? That's outside of our country. Not territories, they're states. Puerto Rico, for example, is a territory. Because it's unfair and we feel left out that we're the only ones that didn't have a flag. You know, for like, it was some type of like practice of the war or something. I don't remember exactly, right? On the border. Which is really interesting. And I love our flag. Okay, it does represent our sunsets. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, this to share a little bit something on this. Okay, the mountains, like when it gets dark, that kind of represents the field, the background, right? And then you know when the sun sets, right? Depending on how you would view the sunset, it would be red and yellow rays, right? And then again, like when I go for my walks, I'll find copper on the ground, brown gold. That actually makes sense. With most of all that copper that I found, because I know our family does struggle as it is, I would have starved. You wanna know why? Because I use those pennies. I like to call it Arizona currency here, because, well, that's what our state is known for. I would use some of those pennies to basically buy Maruchan ramen noodles, or basically Polish sausage with my noodles, because we were so poor that I only would basically carry like $1.25 or $2.50. And I still survived. Heck, my mother, she only gave me $20 a week to survive on food. I survived. I did. Most of the time I did, yes. Okay? So I wanted to get this out of my system because I don't like his potty mouth. I'm sorry. I don't. Also, why he is, where's the Deon? Let's see, a male version of a Karen Deon, it would be Kevin. See, looking at that weird Justin Bieber hair type of style, he's like a male. He's like Kevin. No offense to my Kevins out there, you're awesome, but saying anything to my flag ever. And you wanna know something? I still got my key from our apartment that I still want to earn back, which we haven't after we got evicted last August, right? Not August of this year, as in last year. Okay, and I use that key to basically, you know, go upstairs in our apartment, aka house, right? And then I remember that I would get relieved and I'm so depressed watching One Piece on Toonami or maybe American Dad, you know, just viewing some stuff on YouTube whenever I'm bored. Maybe playing on my Switch, Smash Ultimate or something. Yeah, it's a little isolating, but at least I still keep myself occupied alongside going for my walks, even though I get mistreated at stores or whatever because I'm not actual speed. But I just say this, it's just, we need to stop making popular people ignorant. Honestly. Again, I know it's 2 vetoes, but he kept bullying my flag. Okay? One time, it's whatever. But since he did it for a second time, I had to speak up. I know this is ages ago, and not many people will be seeing this, but don't say anything ever again. Okay? I repeat, do not tarnish my Arizona state flag. Don't. Also, another thing I do want to mention of, okay? This is the second video that I just uploaded today. And it's almost noon because it's 11:55. It's the 1st of December and my birthday is in 10 days. Right? By the way, I was born, it should be a holiday. If I was a celebrity myself, I want to make this a holiday for people to just take a day off of work. Human Rights Day. Let's just say if you're a mother, if you're a teacher, well, I don't know about teacher. Well, yeah, like for schools, they should be closed for that day. Like, think about President's Day, right? This should be nationwide, but maybe starting here in the U.S. first, and then Canada. Heck, even Mexico. Well, do it North America first, okay, and Central America included. It should be a holiday. That way, people get to just get an extra day off. Goes a long way. Anytime your families or whatever, and let's just say if you work as a teacher or any type of difficult job, you get paid for that day. Like, it's mandatory. You'll get paid without having to work that day. It should be, especially actually, yeah, this should be here in the U.S. I think that should. Well, first it should be. My opinion. I'm sorry. I'm just. I got a little of a headache. Also, my earbud has been giving me a ton of issues because I had to keep inflating it after every few hours. I'm not been sleeping well. Also, my brother's earbud is the same as well. So that is something I just want to share, and I just hope that for people on here, because you're probably wondering why that us human beings are killing each other. I'm sorry. You don't owe me anything. Well, kindness you owe me. If I don't know. Okay. I'm sorry. I forgot I just said I'm stressed out. I am, because I gotta do another poll in an hour. But oh, Deon, you know what? I know, that's right. I think the next poll I gotta do, like, which of the 4 corners state flags do you like? From Utah, my state, Colorado, then New Mexico. Because we have one of the best states in the country. And California. So, and oh yeah, and Ohio. But yeah, other than that, well, those are like the top 6. But yeah, I just wanted to get this out of my system here because, well, I just can't stand YouTubers like this. They think they're so entitled. Because, yeah, just because you're a public YouTuber, it doesn't mean that, yeah, I know I'm going to get criticized. I don't care. However, though, I'm speaking up how I feel because you don't say anything about my flag, ever. Ever. Dork? Oh, pardon my language. And by the way, one more thing I do want to add, right? If you think our state flag, well, for the ones think it looks good, you should see our city flag. By the way, again, if you want to know what my city flag is, pretend like if you watch Star Wars, it's almost shaped like it, but the background is a maroon color. That is our flag, city flag. Not to mention, I love our county flag. Yeah, we have 3. Okay, not including the American flag. I'll say this sluggishly. We got the country, the state, the county, and the city flag. We have 4. Well, where on my state's origin, okay, not including the American flag, we have 3. Enough said. P.S. Do not be Arizona phobic. Same way Pixel is. Enough said.
Okay, so let's meet up for the evening.
The
and
bonus.
You're over there and gave me a smile. That's sweet of her. She's really short like I am. And just so you know, yeah, I looked hard because of these shoes. Only in my neighborhood you will see something like this. Let me just put my geeky glasses on. It says, Zach, don't be a bitch. Okay, call Christo 623-421. Yeah, because they're putting a number in public. Thanks, Smiley. And it's 5:30.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?